Hi everyone, what is up? It's Joleen from sunshinediary.com and it is so nice to have you back with me for another video. If you are new to this channel, welcome. This is a place where I talk about all of the different ways that we can all learn to be bosses. So if you are on a journey to becoming a girl boss, I just want to let you know that I am here for it. I am here for you and we can do this thing together. As you can see by the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about something that I'm so passionate about, which is getting into business. This year, so many people have either started a side hustle or gone off on their own and started their own business, and that is amazing. That is so exciting, but it's also super scary. I mean, we've all heard the statistic. 20% of new businesses fail in their first year, and by the fifth year, 50% of new businesses will collapse. And I am here to kind of give you some basic guidelines, like a simple checklist that you can follow to try and make sure that your new business is not one of those that collapses in its first few years. If you didn't know, I am self-employed. I have run my own small business or been self-employed in some capacity for more than 10 years now, and I have made some mistakes along the way. Admittedly though, I feel like I got lucky at the start because I made some good choices almost by force or by accident, not because I really knew what I was doing. But in any event, I'm here to share with you what is the simple roadmap to making sure that if you want to take your side hustle and make it your full-time gig, you do things the right way. Now, I actually always planned to be self-employed. I always knew that I wanted to work for myself, but I ended up getting a job at the very beginning of my career almost by accident. I kind of told that story a little bit in another video, which is the story of how I collapsed on the job, which I will link for you in the description box if you want to watch. I ended up doing a job which I hated, but it ended up setting me on the right path for success later down the line as a self-employed person. And the reason for that was not all of the wonderful and amazing things that I learned on that job, but more so the fact that I started off my career with a stable income to begin with. That allowed me to build up capital, and well, the rest is history. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to get tips for you and your business. So let me start with my very first tip to you, and that is for you to get your credit in order. The thing about it is that when you are a small business, when you are a sole trader, when you are self-employed, it is very hard to get loans. It's very hard to get credit. And these might be things that you need in order to grow and develop your business. It also might be difficult for you if you want to get credit for personal reasons. Let's say you want to purchase property or something. If you are a small business owner and you don't actually have a regular income or a salary that's paid to you by someone, that can be really difficult. So I recommend that before you take your side hustle and you make it your main gig, you try to make sure that you are out of debt and your credit standing is good, because that will only set you on a good path for the future. The next tip is also a financial one, and that is that before you leave your day job and take your business full scale and full time, I recommend that you save at least 6 months of expenses. And I'm not just talking about 6 months of living expenses, but also 6 months of business expenses. So you should really sit down and do a calculation of what you would need to live on for 6 months while you get your business off the ground, and also what your business would need, which would actually make that number higher than what you might ordinarily have or what you might already have in your emergency fund. I would really recommend that you have that all sorted and settled before you leave your day job. Now, in my case, as I said, I kind of got lucky. I started with an awful job that I really hated, but it did give me a salary, a small salary, and I was able to save the bulk of that salary, not just because I did have savings goals, but also because I couldn't actually have a social life while I was doing that job. So I did end up sort of stockpiling the right amount to begin with. If you are considering going off on your own, however, I would really recommend that you hold up, wait, make sure that you have your financial house in order in the 2 ways that I have just outlined before you take that plunge of leaving your day job to start your business full time. My third tip is something that you can actually do while you are getting ready, while you're saving, while you're getting your credit sorted and everything, and before you leave your job. And that is that you can train and upskill. Make sure that when you get on the market, you have a unique selling point that ensures that your customers are getting real value for their money. Make sure that you know the ins and outs of the business that you want to go into. And there's no time like the present. There's no time like those weeks or months or maybe years for some of you before you quit your day job for you to get the chance to really brush up on the skills that you will need to be the best at whatever is the field that you're about to go into. My next tip is for you to do some research. Look into the legal format that you will want for the business that you have created. Maybe you've already created your business and you're doing it on the side, and this may not be as relevant to you, but in any event, you should know, do you want to be an LLC, a limited liability company? Do you want to be incorporated, or do you want to work as a sole trader? What are the legal implications of all of these different choices? Do you have partners? How is that all going to work? I think that that is really something that you should do before you are completely 100% invested in this. Get some information about the legal framework that you want to choose for your business. My next tip is another legal one, and this is about learning the industry standards for your business. Depending on the type of thing that you want to do, you might actually have to face, I don't know, health and safety regulations, or you might have to collaborate with some government body to make sure that you are obeying the rules in whatever country you live in. If you want to sell a certain type of product, it might be actually classified, for instance, as a medical device where you are, and you might have to get certain authorizations before you can sell that product. If you're going into a food related industry, the same sort of thing applies. So really get to know that, because the last thing that you would want would be to leave your current job, invest all of your time and all of your energy and all of your money into this new business, and then find out that you're not even allowed to operate because of some sort of legal restriction. So make sure that you figure that out first. The next thing that I would recommend that you do is build your brand. You need to have either a professional or a personal brand, and you should really start working on this before you try to rely on your new small business as your main source of income. Build your brand, make sure that people sort of know you for whatever is the service that you are looking to provide or the good that you are looking to provide. Make sure that your social media reflects it, or you create new social media for your business. Make sure that you look into different advertising and promotion options. Really try to research all of that, because it's not just about offering a good service or a good product, but it's about making sure that people know about it and making sure that people know when they turn to you what they should expect. The next thing that I recommend that you do after building your brand is building a client base. And this is actually linked to building your brand. Building your brand is going to help you find clients. It might be about offering some freebies just to start off with, just while people sort of get to know you, so that your clients can feel you out, so that you can get that word of mouth thing going. But really try to build your client base. If it means giving out discounts as well to begin with, that's really something that's useful, so that you already have an established clientele when you leave your day job. My next tip is that you should design a streamlined workflow and processes for your business, because your business is going to rely on processes. That is something that sounds super vague. If you're interested in finding out more about that, just ask me a question in the comments down below and I'll be happy to answer. But basically, you need to know, where do you start? What is your next step? What is your step after that in terms of the processes that will allow your business to function? Because you need to take some of the thought out of it and sort of almost automate your system, so that you can ensure that everything flows smoothly when you have customers expecting something from you. You're not going to have breakdowns, because you have really streamlined and thought out your entire process. Now you are almost ready to go full-time with your business, to stop treating it like a side hustle and to make this your main gig. My next step is for you to go down to part-time at first, if possible. I really think if you have the flexibility and the freedom to do that, why not feel it out for a while, so you're giving some of your energy to your current job and some to your new business. I couldn't, and most of us can't, but if that's actually a possibility for you, why not try it that way? It's a much lower risk to start off with, and it can sort of help you with all of the things that I mentioned before in terms of your research, your legal framework, your promotion, your branding, your processes and all of that. You can really start the ball rolling by going down to part-time in your current day job, and then sort of building your way up to eventually going full-time with your business. The next step is just for you to launch. I hope that wasn't too intimidating. I hope that process seemed pretty straightforward. Basically, you're getting your financial house in order. You're getting your processes sorted out. You're making sure that you have a firm legal standing, legal footing in whatever it is that you are about to do, so that you are taking the fewest possible risks, and so that your business has a much better chance of succeeding when you take it full time. So that's it. Hopefully you have all of the basic information that you need to ensure success for your small business when you take it full time, when you quit your day job and start pursuing your passion. I'm so excited for you, and I wish you all of the best on your journey. If you're still here at the end of this video, chances are you enjoyed it and found it useful. If so, please do click that like button. It is 100% free and it helps my channel so much. I try really hard to fill my channel with interesting and useful content, and it really means so much to me that you are still here, and I really would like you to click subscribe as well and stick around for the journey. I promise there's great stuff coming. In any event, thank you so much for having watched this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.